What's up guys, and in today's video we're going to be doing a cool marathon video. So we're going to be using beybladex's Drawn sword against a bunch of QuadStrike Beyblades that I have. So the way this marathon is going to work is that, let's say that Drawn sword is battling Zeal Achilles. So it's going to be first to 3 points, and we're just going to be rotating the QuadStrike bays from one to another. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. Alright, our first battle is going to be Drawn sword against Zyphoid Excalius. First to 3 points wins. Alright, things are not looking good for Zyphoid Excalius. And Drawn sword destroys Zyphoid Excalius with a survivor finish. The score is now 1-0. Those were some insane attacks by Drawn sword, and Drawn sword gets another survivor finish. So the score is now 2-0. And Zyphoid Excalius' stamina is completely drained, and Drawn sword wins the entire battle with the score of 3-0. Our second battle is going to be Drawn sword against Zeal Achilles. First to 3 points wins. Alright, Zeal Achilles gets a good attack in, and Zeal Achilles gets the first point with survivor finish. Score is now 1-0. Drawn sword gets some smooth attacks in, and it looks like Drawn sword's stamina is pretty low. And Zeal Achilles gets another survivor finish, so score is now 2-0. That was a pretty good attack by Zeal Achilles, and so far it looks like Zeal Achilles is gonna win. And Drawn sword gets its first point with survivor finish. Score is now 1-2. Alright, both of them have some good attacks so far. Now it's gonna just be a battle of stamina. It doesn't look like Zeal Achilles is doing well. And Drawn sword gets its second point with survivor finish. Score is now 2-2. Alright, so far, looks like it's even, but I might be wrong. So I feel like Drawn sword's gonna win this battle based on the stamina difference. And Zeal Achilles gets to our finish. So the final score for this battle was 3-2. Our next battle is gonna be Drawn sword against Pandora. First to 3 points wins. Alright, so far it looks like both of them are doing pretty good. Pandora is running out of stamina though. And Drawn sword gets to our finish, so score is now 1-0. So far, it looks like Drawn sword is winning with the really good attacks. And Pandora got destroyed, so Drawn sword gets to our finish. Score is now 2-0. Alright, that was a really good attack by Drawn sword. And I don't think Pandora has a good chance of winning after that. And that was Pandora, I think. So that was a survivor finish. Score is now 1-2. Okay, that was a good attack by Pandora. It looks like a really close battle. I think Drawn sword is gonna win, sadly. Okay, that was pretty cool. Dran Sword got a burst finish. So the final score for this battle was 4-1. Our next battle is gonna be Dran Sword against Comet Helios. First to 3 points wins. Dran Sword got destroyed by the pockets, so Comet Helios gets right finish. Score's now 1-0. And so far, it looks like Comet Helios is winning. Because Comet Helios is a left spinning type, he might spin steal pretty good. And just like that, that's a tie. So we're gonna do that again. Dran Sword gets some good attacks in. And so far it's looking pretty even, stamina-wise. Okay, Comet Helios is probably gonna win. And Dran Sword gets a survive finish. Score's now 1-1. Okay, it looks like Comet Helios is getting some good attacks on Dran Sword. So it's gonna be a battle of stamina again. And Dran Sword gets right finish. Score's now 2-1. Alright, Comet Helios is barely holding on. So I don't know how this battle's gonna end up. And Dran Sword gets another survive finish. So the final score for this battle was 3-1. Alright, our next battle is gonna be Dran Sword against Divine Bellfire. First to 3 points wins. And so far, no good attacks for Divine Bellfire. So Divine Bellfire is probably gonna lose. And Dran Sword gets a survive finish. Score is now 1-0. Alright, really good attacks for Dran Sword. Okay, Dran Sword lost a bunch of stamina there. But Dran Sword manages to pull it off. So he gets a survive finish. Score is now 2-0. That was a good attack on Divine Bellfire's side, but no good stamina, so Dran Sword gets a survive finish. The final score for this battle was 3-0. Our next battle is going to be Dran Sword against Stellar Hyperion. First to 3 points wins. Alright, so I have good hope in Stellar Hyperion. Because he's not that bad, but he has bad stamina, so. Okay, Dran Sword gets a survive finish. Score's now 1-0. Alright, it looks like it's pretty close. I don't know who's gonna win. Okay, now Dran Sword looks like it's gonna win. He gets a survive finish. Score's now 2-0. Alright, that was an insane attack. But Dran Sword wins with the final score of 3-0. Our next battle is going to be Dran Sword against World Knight. First to 3 points wins. Alright, so this battle's going to be pretty boring. Because World Knight is a stamina type. So Dran Sword is definitely going to lose. And World Knight gets a survive finish. I bursted it myself. I'm an idiot. So the score is now 1-0. Alright, so yeah, World Knight's gonna win for sure. And just like that, World Knight gets a survive finish. Score's now 2-0. thing is, it has horrible stamina, so it's definitely gonna lose, so, yeah. World Knight gets a survive finish, so the final score for this battle was 3-0. Our next battle is gonna be Drawn Sword against Chain Kerbeus. First 3 points wins. Alright, so I have high hopes in Drawn Sword winning this battle. Okay, Drawn Sword gets a survive finish, score is now 1-0. Chain Kerbeus has horrible stamina, so Chain Kerbeus is definitely gonna lose. And Drawn Sword gets a not survive finish, scores now 2-0. Drawn Sword is honestly getting really good attacks in, but it's not doing anything to Chain Kerbeus except destroying its stamina. And Drawn Sword gets a final score of 3-0. And our last battle for this video is going to be Drawn Sword against Lightning Pandora. First 3 points wins. Alright, so this is going to be a pretty cool battle because Drawn Sword is pretty good at destroying Lightning Pandora. And Drawn Sword gets its first point with survive finish. Scores now 1-0. Drawn Sword with some good attacks. No damage on Lightning Pandora though. Okay, never mind. Drawn Sword gets a burst finish. So the final score for this battle was 3-0. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please consider liking and also subscribing. It really helps me out and more people can find my channel, and I'm really close to getting monetized, so I would really appreciate it. And yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!